So when Matthew first issued his Ultimate Recommendations challenge, the first thing that popped into my head was Undertale. But I talked about Undertale last year during VEDS. Of course I could talk about it some more, but I'm kind of saving that for October. Then I thought of 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, but I've literally already done an entire series on that musical. Then my mind turned to movies, and when I think about Ultimate Recommendation, one movie always pops into my head. The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride, for those who don't know, is a fantasy movie that came out in 1987. It was directed by Rob Reiner, written by William Goldman, who also wrote the book that this movie is based on, and it starred Carrie Elwes, Robin Wright, Mandy Patinkin, Andre the Giant, and several others that I won't try to list here. This movie is certainly a good adaptation of the book, but what I appreciate most about it is that you don't have to read the book to enjoy the movie. When I first saw the movie, I had no idea that it was based on a book. Every good adaptation should be able to be good on its own, whether you read the original source material or not, and The Princess Bride does this perfectly. Also, what's not to love? I think The Grandfather puts it best. The story has everything.
Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles.
It also just balances everything that it has super well. It has romance, suspense, drama, comedy, action scenes. It's kind of hard to place exactly where this movie falls in terms of its category, but that's not a detriment to this film. This movie is also both timeless and incredibly 80s. It's timeless in its story, but incredibly 80s in its tone, music, and effects. But honestly, I think the time period this movie was written in suits this story super well. I have no doubt that if this story were made into a movie today, there would be a lot more special effects, but I think that would take away from the story a little bit. The more practical effects from this movie, from the matte paintings used in the background to a person literally in an ROUS suit, I think really fits the fantasy element of this story. The time period it was made in helped elevate the story. Also, I know I did kind of sort of mention this earlier, but this movie is funny. All of the actors do such a good job with the comedic bits while also doing a good job with the dramatic bits. It's just an all-around fantastic movie, and that is why I will easily give it an ultimate recommendation. And with that, I will see all of you tomorrow.